Hello everybody, good morning to all of you and welcome to the stream. So welcome boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, friends and newcomers alike. This is a Friday and we'll be streaming the hopefully finale of the Banner Saga. By the way, this is a ballsy move from my part to announce this episode as the finale, even though I have absolutely no idea if this truly is or not the ending of the Banner Saga, if I'll be able to complete the game within this stream. But I have checked out my previous streams, and both for Banner Saga 1 and 2, I was able to finish the games within 4 streams. So there is precedent that the Banner Saga takes about 4 streams long, each stream being around 4 hours of me being very deliberate with what I'm talking, what I'm doing, and how long I'm taking to do stuff. So this final part of the game, I have been rushing certain things where I could. I feel like I have not been taking as long with combats and battles like I did in the previous games, so I feel like we have more time to spare, and this is definitely going to be the ending and the great finale, because they probably did not skimp on cutscenes and more narrated content for the end here. So I feel this is gonna be this is gonna be the ending of it all. Nonetheless, good morning to all of you and welcome to the stream. Today, like I said, it's a Friday, and as it happens, it's a holiday here in Brazil. It is Independence Day, which means it's a national holiday all over the place. However, I'm gonna be here with you guys, playing some Banner Saga, and later today I'll be doing some comic book work and posting it up on Patreon. So if you're following me over there, you're probably gonna see a new comic book page up. If you're not, and if you're here only for the game streams, then sure, there's some Banner Saga happening. Anyway, let's get to it. Normally I would recap some of what happened, but let's see. Ivor and friends, they have been marching through the darkness. They finally descended into the they have descended into the inner earth, is what they call it. And in the inner earth, the place where the dredge used to live, we have learned more about the whole truth and what everything about this game means. We have finally come to learn more about the plot. However, we had a very possibly catastrophic realization, that is, the amount of time we have to complete the events on the inner earth is only the time that people in Arborane have been able to hold out. Initially that was somewhere around 19 days or 17 days, I don't remember. But anyway, we had somewhere around 3 weeks to begin. After those 3 weeks, the darkness finally encroached the city. Then we had a couple extra days for extra deliberations that we bought on Arborane, and that time we bought on Arborane translated into more time we had to explore the inner earth with Ivor and friends. Then those 3 days were not that much. After those 3 days, the outer ring of the city was lost, and then the middle ring of the city was lost after another period of more or less 7 days. And now, with all the things I have done, I have bought us 3.5 days, I think, for Ivor and friends to explore the inner earth and find out what is going on. And if within these 3 days we don't find out what's going on, possibly we will lose the inner ring and the Great Hall of Arborang, and possibly following that we will lose the entire city of Arborang and everybody in there. We'll be lost to the darkness, which would be awful. Let's hope that is not the case. And also, welcome to the stream, Bones and Marcus. With Friday to you all. How are you guys doing today? And also, Marcus, thank you so very much for that delicious resubwoofing. 7 months in a row. Or is that so? Yes, 7 months in a row. Thank you so very much for so much dedication to me and my streaming endeavors. Thank you so very much, Marcus. I really super duper appreciate it, and I'm glad to have your support. And Bones says suspenders, and Dapper Shep was Dapper. Still am. I have not ceased being Dapper. I'm still a very Dapper Shep. And also hello there, Marcus. How are you doing today in this lovely Friday that we're having? And Marcus, you say that you're fine and hope that I am too. Well, yeah, I am. Today's a Friday, it's a holiday, so it's a very chill day, possibly much less noise going on around. And it's gonna be fun. But anyway, enough talking, let's get to it. Let's see how much progress I can make with those three and a half days Let bought us in Arborang.
The white tower that looked like a toothpick when I first saw it now soars above our heads, dwarfing any structure made by kings or WoW. This is where our troubles began, and with luck, where they will end.
Ooh, I think we're going to make it. In the back of your mind, you always knew it was coming. A fearsome figure stands before the White Tower, before a crowd of warped terrors. Guess who? Possibly, probably Bulwark. And also, hello there, Robert the Shark. Said, hey yo, going to watch till you fall asleep and need a nap. Sure thing, Robert. Nonetheless, welcome to the stream. How are you doing today? I almost started to worry you wouldn't make it, Bulwark girls. Well, I did. I super duper did make it. Knew I'd see you smiling faces again, says Bulwark. I was expecting the serpent myself, says Ivor. The serpent carved a path for me straight to this place. You remember the quakes near the cliffs and put the pieces together. You must be getting pretty desperate if it brought you here to deal with us. On the contrary, seems like a great idea to me, says Bulwark. Go ahead and try some mind tricks, see what rage really looks like. This is the last chance for reason, Bulwark. Your ravens can survive this. They're not mine anymore, which... You know, I saw this place in my dreams. So this is where the Volca did all their dirty deeds. stole your powers. Never thought I'd end up taking the dredge's side. I didn't come all this way to fail here. Rush Bulwark, attacking while he's off guard. Stopping us now would be the biggest mistake you've ever made. Possibly. Let's go with that answer. Wrong, says Bulwark. I once ate a yox that was dead for over a week. But let's cut to the chase. I didn't come to kill Ravens or Ingvar, the child killer. He points his axe at a paling Eyvind. I'm here to kill the sniveling little bastard who calls all this. No holes to jump down this time. Oh well, it is battle time then. Where we will be facing Bulwark, and probably not just him, but also a gigantic army of warped peeps. So we have Ivor going on, Castaway, Volgard, Sigbjorn, Krummer, and Ulfrum. Some of which probably can be leveled up. And Sigbjorn, you already have a heroic title. Krummer, you do have a heroic title, which could and should be upgraded because holy shit, look at all that renown I have. And since this is probably the end of the game, we totes should upgrade everybody as much as we can. We won't be getting another chance in the future, I don't think. So you get promoted, Volgard. I don't know what that'll do for you, but get a promotion nonetheless. Castaway, sure, you get promoted too. I don't know if you deserve it, but you do get a promotion. And ooh, I'm already out of renown. Would you look at that? So what is going to be your heroic title? The Forsaken stands alone, drawing strength from the very lack of companions and allies. The Unbent, the Whisper. Yeah, the Whisper is a good one. Less aggro and more movement, so they can keep swinging their stones around without as much worry. Because the Dredge Hurler, what she does, is spins and throws stones at people, so if people ignore her and don't attack her, is much more valuable, especially if she can move it even further or reposition herself better in combat. Okay, so I think we're good to go. Let's get ready for battle with Bulwark. Ooh. What is this? Warped Volca crystal. Volatile crystal sends shards flying when struck. That sounds dangerous. And would you look at that? Bulwark's not even in battle. I guess I'm going to have to face Oh, these two are not in battle either. There's only these 4 guys here. Because I have to face them, then these two come, and then finally Bolver comes. I think. Let's get these people into position. Precariously, as always. And we're ready to go. Let's do this. Here we go, Ivor. There goes the rest of them peeps. But anyway, how have your guys' weeks been so far? Wait, what? Are they attacking each other? What the hell are they doing? It would seem like that they are. They are doing that. Sigbjorn, you can get in position real good, which ought to be good. And I still don't understand how this crystal works. But I am going to go and guess that they do work out in the end in some mysteriously nice, good way. Who should I attack? How about you? Or rather you, who has a lot of armor. From you get to just sit there and do whatever. And ooh, Ivor is close to dying. I mean, Sigbjorn is close to dying. And also, hello there, Zach. How are you doing today? Yep. R.I.P. Sigbjorn. I wonder if this will work out. I don't know, but I think it possibly probably did. And also, hello there, Zach. Welcome to the stream. What are you doing today? On this lovely Friday. A lovely Independence Day holiday today. Oh no. Oh yeah. Oh, the Kramer can get to it. Ouch. Help from... Guess what? You're going to ride the lightning. Oh wait. I do this. Now I do this. Aha! Reinforcements. They are coming. And since Sigbjorn has fallen, I guess I will throw in someone else into the fray. So how about... Juno, or... I think Juno. Oh. Where in the world is Juno? Oh, there she is. Alright. And apparently some of my characters have true. They can go back, but they can't stay over there where they were. So everybody, come back. Let's try this again. Can I change the turn orders? Because that would be delicious if Alphon could go first. And she could heal someone. Okay, this turn order does not sound very nice, but it ought to work, possibly, hopefully. And who else is there? Okay, more enemies than I thought there would be. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 guys. Lovely. Zach says that you don't know, your left ear feels weird. And you... Oh hey, you see a bulwark. Yes, an evil bulwark. He is there. Very eager to kill me, I would assume. And also hello there, Oni. You said that your heart goes doki doki for some 2 days sleep. Oh, that is the best, one of the best kind of sleeps you can have. And you sleep for many a day. Okay, so you heal Ivor. This guy is gonna... Oh, he tried to affect me up, but he didn't. Oh no, he didn't. You stone slinger. Can you break his armor? course you can. You're awesome. Stone hurler, rather. Now, Ivor, you cannot get too far. Unfortunately. But now you can. I gotta love these new mechanics when they work in your favor. Juno, what can you do again? Use your weaved energy. Target gains 1 will and passes energy on. Will bonus grows each time passed. Oh sure, go to Ivor. And since everybody's huddled super close together, everybody gets bonus willpower. That's how it goes. But anyway, welcome to the stream, Amoni. How was your week? Volgard, you can use the bloody flail. To deal some damage. Even though you're slightly hurt. Hello, you. Oh, nice. Alfram, what can you do? Can awkwardly move all the way over here and heal up Krummer. Because like we discussed already, she's the only character with healing abilities. So either she heals people or nobody else does. How about some Shatterstone? All the way over there. Not you again with your shenanigans. Oh well. Ivor, you go over there. Too bad you're gonna lose a shitload of willpower. Rather, all of your willpower. Oh, damn it. Alright, Juno. How long can you give willpower to? Oh, quite long actually. 1, 2, 3. So you can go over here and give some willpower to Ivor. Krummer, you however, oh yes, you do have this skill that allows you to move unimpeded. So you can move through allies, as long as you can fit. Where can you go? I want Kaiser to lose all of your willpower. How about over there? And yeah, that should do it. I'm not gonna do anything useful this turn, but next turn's a turn. And Zack, you say that you hope this weird feeling on your left ear isn't serious, so might have to visit the doctor and have it looked. And Oni, you say that it's ear infection because anything bad that happens to your ear, it's ear infection. Yeah, it might be an ear infection. Might not be something. It might be something less severe. It could be anything really. But that's probably what it is. It's an ear infection. Like it or not, they're not as bad as it sounds. It's a case easily solved by, going to a doctor. They'll probably recommend some antibiotics or something. Alright. Ivory can deal up to 7 points of damage because I don't have enough willpower to go any further than that. 7. Yeah, I can't kill him. Like it or not. But I can do some damage to that guy. Make sure he's smaller risk in the future. Ouch. As for you, Juno, you can move up here and confuse him. And so he attacks his allies. Oh, too bad it wasn't a very strong attack, but it was fun. That's all we can hope for in these dark days of ours. Volgard, you're very worse for wear. You're nearly worthless right now. From your best bet is going back a little bit and healing other units, so they're better suited to deal with whatever shows up in the next 2 turns. This is Juno. Alright, now I'm gonna go use my special attack on her then. Oh, Juno, what can you do? Other than, of course, using your Heavenly Thunder to deal some damage. Oh, there's 2 enemies left. I thought there was only 1. Oh, never mind then. Oh, Volgard, you're gonna die next turn unless you use your stone wall to try and block some damage per hit. I don't know if that will work out. Oh, damn it. Okay, whose turn is next? Yours. Sure, heal up Juno, she needs the healings. And although you're not gonna do a whole lot of healing, 3 points of health, or better than nothing. Oh damn you! Stop attacking us. And Zach said that you feel no pain, and only you said that ear infections can be easily cured with amoxicillin, and it will be done. It doesn't have to be just pain. If you think the sound sounds different or off tone from your left to your right. And Zach says that your left ear feels like it's stuffy and you hear a bit lesser than the right. And Zach said that you've been taking good care of your ears. How can this be? Only you said that if you've been cleaning them constantly, that's why you're supposed to clean your ears once a week. And only you said that next time when you clean your ears with hydrogen peroxide. But the truth is, it doesn't take a whole lot for ears to get infected or to get slightly injured. So you can try and wait a few days to see if it passes or go through a medic if you are able to. Nonetheless, when it comes to health, it's always better to be safe than sorry, so look that up. Ouch. Oh, RIP Juno, I guess. Village time. So Juno is on the Volca underworld, because she's immortal. For plot reasons. So what I have to go and do is collect all this dark energy as the spirit Juno, which is very spread out, by the way, like extremely so, until I fill up her willpower, and when that happens, she'll be able to revive. So don't kill him yet, Crummer. Or don't get killed either. Enemy. Oh shit. Oh, fuck. I failed to kill them within enough turns, so they forced reinforcements to come. And guess who joined the fray? It's Bolverk, our boy. And you Volgard. You are super duper worse for wear. Nonetheless, they're still holding on. No wonder they give you all from in this part of the game. There's no way you can do this without her healing up your heroes. Oh shit. How in the hell Bolverk has 23 hit points? He one-hitted Crummer. God damn you, Bolverk. Dog effing damn you. Oh, dog damn you chew. Alright. I'm afraid you're gonna have to sit back a little bit. Because this is gonna get super duper very iffy. Well, RIP via the Volgard. From you can keep riding the lightning because that's the safest way to deal damage to Bolverk so far. By the way, does he have any of his bullshit healing skills? No, he doesn't. That's good. And Oni says that yes, hydrogen peroxide destroys the wax and clears out of for any bacteria. And Zach says okay, but to be sure you're seeing a doctor tomorrow. Yeah, please do that. Take care of your health. And Bolverk seems to like hitting the enemies. Yeah, he did that. As a berserker, he always attacks twice, and if he ends up killing the enemy with his first attack and there's an adjacent ally, he is gonna hit the second hit on the ally, which normally sucks, but could be worse. So it's your turn. Please summon a Skulker friend. Okay, Juno, it's your turn. Yeah, just go collecting your dark energy. Get back your willpower. God damn that thing. From yeah, keep hitting Bolverk. As safely as possible. Now that I think about it, the only reason why so many enemies, I mean, so many of my Piperinos are able. God damn you. So many of my Piperinos are able to deal damage, I mean, recover willpower from far away. It's probably because of my passive ability. I mean, my trinkets. Oh wait, what is your abilities? You can howl. I don't know what that does. Skulker reappears on attacks, signaling its packmates to attack the same target. As Skulk, you become invisible and stalk the target. And you can move through allies. Lovely. Useless, true, but could be worse. Oh, would you look at that? Would you effing look at that? You guys are doing the triangle, which means everybody gets the damage. How lovely. Anyway, you get to lose HP as well because, I mean, strength. Because that would be for the best. And Juno, please revive. You're no good to me dead. There you go. Now confuse that poor dude. Make him attack his allies. Oh. Oh, god damn it. From you can ride the lightning one more time. That ought to be enough to let Bulwark with barely any HP left. He still has a shitload of armor, so one way or another, it is a bad situation. Nonetheless, I feel like we're still good to go. Ouch. Juno, what can you do again? Oh yeah, you can always confuse Piperinos. Have them attack allies and whatnot. Which is lovely. Oh, you again with your bullshit bananas. All from Ride the Lightning. I wonder how in the world she's being able to recover that much willpower. Up. And you, if possible, break some of his armor. He doesn't need that much armor. Or does he? Ooh. He used the cold a week. Cause of course he did. So RIP for you. Juno, you don't have enough willpower, alas, but you can hit this guy with lightning and kill Bulwark immediately, so do that. But now we still have to kill everybody else. Because such is the way of this game. Other than that, you can do nothing. So at least you can run away, because I feel like it's gonna become these guys' turn, which is gonna make these two guys explode and do a shitload of damage to everybody who's nearby. So be away. See, I knew it. That's the only thing these fuckers do. Now all of you press the advantage. Get closer and get ready to hack him up. You too, Ivor. Oh, hooray! We survived so far. Even though we missed one of the reinforcement turns where we could possibly, hopefully have summoned some reinforcements. Okay. Now was worthless. We were thankfully able to defeat the enemies, even though we were not able to summon reinforcements. Even though we have had the most absurd of tactics so far. Which mainly and heavily consisted of me hitting them from afar. But you know what? It worked, so hooray. There we go. Pacified. Which we get for killing Bulwark. Pass Junos with the energy buff. Something, something, something. And Juno is ready for promotion. And Sigbjorn, Cromer, Volgard, and possibly someone else have been injured in battle. Not to count the people who were already injured before even joining the fray. Dog damn it. You glance up. The White Tower is much taller than you imagined. Tall enough to reach a sun, you wonder. A trick of perspective. No, there really aren't that many stairs. Bulwark doesn't look right, still as he is, but he doesn't rise again. Ravens stare, wearing a wide range of emotions on their faces. You have no time to gape yourself. You drag Ivan towards the tower where stairs spiral upward beyond sight, and you take the first of many, many steps. Chapter 22. Only we few remember it now. I guess that this is it. We have reached the White Tower. And not everybody in Arborane has died yet. Quickly, the top of the tower is just up the stairs, says Juno. This is crazy. I still can't believe that's an actual sun, says Ivor. Possibly flabbergasted. And you're really going to put it back up in the sky somehow? Ivan will, says Juno. Juno, there has to be some other way. I can't... You can. We have come this far, says Juno. Wait, Juno, wait. If this is really happening now, give me a moment. Juno and Ivan embrace, one final time. Ivan whispers something meant only for her. And then you are forced to move on. Here we are, finally, rising, climbing the tower, and I guess we are already on the end.
lives or dies here. This is it.
Instead of showing us climbing the whole thing, it already showed us on the top of the tower. And yeah, Zach, I think that purple cracked dome in the background is the sun. Theoretically. Anyway, at the center of the tower, Juno sits upon the pedestal and Ivan reluctantly begins his task. Juno hovers in the air, immobilized. She looks peaceful, as if finally letting go of the burdens she had carried this far, when you hear familiar rumbling. And Oni said, "Oh yeah, Doug Incregator already reaches his first suite goal." How much was that goal? Does that mean Incres is going to get a first suite? Is that so? Because that sounds lovely. Let's see what lies ahead. Plot-wise. Oh, who else could it be if not our friendly snake? I mean the serpent. The serpent raises its tattered head to the tower top. It speaks in an ancient tongue as before. "Begone, creature," says Ivan. "You don't even have the strength to crush this tower anymore." The serpent continues its slow, undulating speech, like smoke rolling over sea water. Ivan stops. He's listening. And Oni says yes, it was 5,000, and he reached $5,386, something along those lines, and he's overjoyed. Oh man, congratulations to him, he super duper deserves it. I wonder who's gonna make it though, because despite having seen many fursuits in my day, I don't think I have ever seen a scaly fursuit, because it's gonna be a gator fursuit after all, so I wonder how it'll turn out. But anyway, Zack and Oni says a snake and zombie's neck. Let's see what's up with the zombie's neck. Cortus Vavel, says the serpent. What does it want? Asks Ivor. It is giving up. He wants to make a deal, says Ivan. Half a prophecy of extinction, it says. What? The darkness will lift and it will spare Arboring. It only consumes half the world. Half the world? In exchange for what? Juno's energy. If I release it to the serpent, Juno will be gone, but she won't suffer. You can tell Ivan is seriously considering it. Ivan, this isn't what we came to do, because dog damn it. If we give the energy to the serpent, it's gonna stay alive and it's gonna come back in the future and destroy the rest of the world, so no. This isn't what we came to do. Things change, Ivor. This is out of your hands now, says Ivan. Tell me why. Have I not earned that, at least? Says Ivor. Ivan returns his attention to you with frustration on his face. Behind him, the serpent rattles in resentment at being ignored. Why? Because Juno does not deserve this, says Ivan. Don't you understand what is happening here? How could I? Says Ivor. It's been nothing but lies and secrets since we first met. What choice did we have? Try to imagine if I told you the truth when we met. It was hard enough convincing anyone to listen in the first place. Back in Sigarhorn, when I begged you to wait for Juno, how long did you wait? Would you have been so quick to abandon Rook or Alat? After all I did in Einartoft to save the Varl from extinction. If you knew the truth, you'd have drowned me in that lake yourself. I couldn't even trust you to save yourselves. We waited because we trusted you. We could have waited at Seagull home forever, and she would never have come. Indeed, she would not have. She showed up elsewhere. I wouldn't have waited for Rook or Alet either. But we didn't wait that long, so dog damn it. We waited because we trusted you. True enough. But only until you had to consider your own discomfort. What's the point of this, Ivor? So brothers and clansmen can keep killing each other over petty disputes. So Varl and Dredge can go destroying each other over ancient history. Even after we realized the Dredge were only fleeing the darkness, same as the rest of us. Even after discovering a Dredge child dying in the snow, an infant, everyone was ready to slaughter it like a pig. And yet the dread child lives on, even now. We overcame that fear. Can you ask for more than that? Or you'd rather sink the whole ship than try to patch the hole? And Oni says let me pet the snake. No Oni, it's a dangerous snake. It's a gigantic snake, by the way. And Zack says zombie snake, it will bite. And Oni said you know how to get people running and talking. If you die, I know you went down with glory. Holds up a sign that says Wallace isn't daddy. How dare you, Oni? How dare you? What do I say though? And yet the dread child lives on even now. So maybe one in thousands is spared, says Ivan. Is this really what you want to argue right now? Says Ivan. Look, you've made good points, but try to put yourself in my position, says Ivan. Ask to weigh the fate of the world against their loved ones. Would anyone choose the world? The serpent slithers anxiously. It's not accustomed to being ignored, but Ivan seems determined to get this off his chest. And we both know how this world really is. Remember Dangler's Godstone. That old woman lies to our faces about who attacked who, and she mocks us for not butchering that stone hurler on sight. And even with the truth laid so bare before us, there was a debate. How can we hope to overcome that kind of spite and ignorance, that hatred? What are we fighting so hard to preserve exactly? I will continue to hope until the day there's nothing to hope for. We've had plenty of time to ask that stone hurler how she feels about it, or I might agree if it were all nothing but misery. Yeah, ask the stone hurler. Fair enough, I do understand your meaning, but you don't know the depths of the way I do. There was a woman near Orsma River after we somehow survived crossing the chasm. Some of her own clansmen had tied her to a stake, which, they screamed, she was meant to starve to death. I can still see her face, the torture and the pain. Do you remember how many days she had hung there, starving before we arrived? 3 days, 4 days, or to be honest, I do not remember her. I think it was 3 days. Seriously. This is kind of like episode 2 of Life is Strange, where you try to, or 3, I don't know, where you try to convince Kate not to jump from the roof. It's like, did you pay enough attention to all of the things that happened throughout the game? Because, you know, the fate of this character rests on it. Except that it's not the fate of one character, but rather the fate of half the world, or at least part of the world that has remained. I think it was 3 days. So they told us, says Ivan. Maybe those men lied, or if the sun stopped, maybe they miscounted. She had been there at least 7 days already. I could feel her agony in the tapestry. According to their own absurd rules, it proved there she wasn't a witch. She should have been fed. Can you imagine suffering like that for a world that doesn't even remembers you? That's what this is about, isn't it? This is about Juno, says Ivan. And I am not trying to make everything about Juno. I just need to believe in what I'm supposed to do, says Ivan. Ivan seems to be swayed by your arguments. The coils of the serpent are wrapping tighter around the tower, and you can feel its patience growing thin. When we found Juno's body smashed and broken in the frozen sea, I saw that same fate for her as that poor woman starving to death. Suffering, alone, forgotten. Everyone else was so quick to give up on her. I'm grateful that you did not, but that's not what you're asking me to do now. But that's what you're asking me to do now. I must sound pathetic. I realize it has to be hard to sympathize. But maybe of all people, you can, Ivor. When you stood against Balor on the bridge at Einertoft, I finally recognized you, and I knew what you had done to Reyes and his child. He followed us both to Boisgard to finish the job. Why would you give to have Rook back? Don't make Juno suffer an even worse fate. Please, Ivor. Trust me to find a solution. Ivan turns back to the serpent, his body radiating immense power as he speaks straight again. Alfred gives you a severe look, as if to say, he lies. You recall her plan to complete the ritual in place of Ivan. If you're going to do something, it has to be now. Oh man. So, you can trust Ivan and wait for him to come to deal with the snake. You can strike him down and leave the ritual to Alfrum. Or we can try and convince him with Ivan this isn't what Juno wanted. And I mean, I think we should try and convince him. Ivan, you fool, this isn't what Juno wanted. For you to change the way things are going and do whatever else. Ivan again stops speaking to the serpent, but this time he turns to you with sorrow instead of anger. Juno is everything this world deserves. Instead, you got me. I'm so tired, Ivor. Courage. This was the hard part, says Ivor. Forgive me, Juno. I love you always, says Ivan.
I've never seen anything like a sun coming to life. And I hope I never will again. Stuck with him, just a speck so far above our heads was Juno, who turned the darkness into light. Ivan did not want to leave the sun behind as we departed the inner earth. I expect he will return there often. No warp crossed our path on the long trek home. They have all turned to ash. And now, we are coming to this journey's long end. The same thought rattling around my head the whole way. Do I dare to hope?
Oh damn, this was quick. Oh man, lovely. Apparently, we have managed to convince Ivan to sacrifice Juno. I mean, for eternity, in order to undo the darkness. Of course, though, the worst is looking worse for wear. See, it's still very warped, and things are not very, you know. Things are. Well, the world is gonna take forever to go back to being the way it was some time ago. It's almost hard to believe they really did it, says Old Leaf. Whatever it is, says Elio. But the sun's actually moving again. For a long time, things were looking pretty hopeless. The gods are dead, says Zephyr. The world turned to dust, and still we survive. Are we all that's left? I don't think so, says Zephyr. Life will return. Grass and green will sprout from the dust. I believe there are other survivors, Varl in the north, perhaps huddled around godstones. South of the darkness there may still be horseborn fleeing across the fields, or ships of men, or dredge without sunder. So we rebuild, says Olette. I just wish that my dad could be here to see this. I know how proud he would be, says the leaf. For a long time now I have been thinking of an epic poem. You will never guess the inspiration. Would you care to hear what I've got? Says Elio. Sure, this seems like an ideal moment. Elio smiles and draws his lute from around his back. He sings with a brightness in his voice. Only the sun has stopped, cut with keen-edged sword. Little did they sleep, lest they not come home. Weary, the weight of the sun, of our bones the hills, the slayer and the slain. From their homes must all flee, and cast their hone into the air. To speak in all tongues, where a foe may lurk, the destined day shall come. The feathers will burst, brothers fight, and kingship stain, and in fear quake all. The true hero comes reluctantly, raising high their shining light. Alas, The seas is still dead and wide. The hounds are a-hungered. We live as we will live, with the mighty grief that was ours on the earth. Only we few remembering now. Elio gives a little cough to indicate he's done. It's not bad. A little bleak maybe, says Oddleaf. And I'm not sure, but I think the lyrics for Elio's poem were the title of the chapters. Every single chapter had a title, and I think every chapter name makes up his little thing. Anyway, it could use a couple more verses at the end there. Elio laughs. Aye, you're right. It certainly could. Wait, what's that? Do you see it? Says Oddleaf. You squint into the ashes of twisted land spread out across the horizon. Oddleaf's right. Something there is moving. It looks like a line of people, and at the front... Is that Ivor? Could it be Ivor? I mean, of course it is Ivor. Oh, Ivor and young Galette. Well, two-armed Ivor and young Galette. Folka and Bulwark. Well, R.I.P. Folka. Unfortunately, you have died throughout our journey, killed by Bulwark himself. The bastard. And there we have Alette and Oddleaf searing into a banner the history of their clan that came all the way from Skogar, all the way into Arborang. And now Alette training with Oddleaf in the art of archery. Poor Oddleaf, who was the wife of Skogar's mayor. She lost her husband, she lost their son, she lost her home, her village, her everything, and still here she is. And the Dredge baby, which we carried around just because. Look at that, it's that Sigbjorn and some other Varro, whose name I have absolutely no effing idea of who it could have been. And also, hello there, SK Shappy, welcome to the stream. And Zach says the Dawn and Reunion it might be, perhaps. And only don't kink shame me. That's only what bad boys do. And is that you been traveling with the Horseborn, scrivening his stories into paper? And Alette hitting Ruga right in the face. That's true, they never showed up what happened with Ruga in the ending. He simply stopped being around, I guess. The last we have seen it, the last we've seen of Ruga was when the Dredged were welcomed into the city and Arborang fell. And Ruga betraying King Maynolf, apparently. Poor, what's his name? I forgot his name. Eric. With the bear he never got to tame. Because Eric, he could have this ability. He could tame a bear if during one exact mission, well, I mean, if you took a certain path and in this mission you were able to to kill everyone but the bear. Then he could go and have that bear in the end. He didn't though. There we have another Varl. I have no idea who that is or who they are killing, but that's a picture. And that's Hogan and Mogan. They died on the first game. They could be alive all the way to the end, but I guess I did not do a very good job, and they died very early in the game. Those are two characters who could have been alive all the way until now. That didn't work though. Oh, look at that! What's her name again? Alfrim befriending the dredge, because that's the way of her. And some children reenacting Belor showing up and killing humans, I guess. Oh yeah, these are the special things. I'm not reading the credits, I'm just narrating the pictures, describing them. And last but not least, Rook, who died at the end of the first game, young Alet, and her mother, which only gets mentioned in the game. She's never shown or brought back, she's only mentioned. And lastly, a picture of Spar and the Ravens celebrating something, I suppose. Oh yes, and of course, a much younger looking Eyvind and Juno hanging there, being lovers together. Man, their story is actually very tragic. Eyvind and Juno's is a story. It's quite a shame the way it turned out. And those are a couple of Varl fighting the Warped, I guess. It's impossible to tell who's that, but they're fighting the Warped. And Rain Shep, welcome to the stream. And yes, you did miss it indeed, I'm sorry. Welcome nonetheless. And Zach, you're trying to play this game and make good choices and keep everyone alive. Well, try to keep everyone alive. Now that you have seen me go through it, you may have a better chance. And that's... who's that? Eyvind again. In front of a Godstone. I guess that it is. Rain Shep, you say that too, but everyone dies. This game reminds me a lot of Mass Effect 2. I don't know if any of you ever played Mass Effect 2, but it kinda works like this. There's a lot of, well, the idea for Mass Effect 2 is that you have this gigantic mission you have to do, or else all humanity will die. And you go about recruiting allies to go with you, but these allies, you're showing up to them like, hey, let's do this suicide mission, we might not come back. And they're like, well, sure, it's not like my life, like my life's amazing and I have things to go back to, but sure, let's do it. And the idea of Mass Effect is that it's very well done. Each character you recruit, they have sort of a loyalty mission. They have unfinished business they need to tend to, and if you help them finish up their business and help them solve their leftover issues, they feel glad that they were able to finish up all their business and go clear-minded to their suicide mission. And if you manage to do everyone's loyalty mission, everyone goes super focused to the suicide mission, and you can hopefully make it out with every single hero alive. Or you can fuck it up incredibly hard and get everybody killed, including the main character. And then at the end of Mass Effect 2, only the pilot survives. But of course, since there is a Mass Effect 3, we can all go and say that that's not the canonical ending. Or we can say that that is the canonical ending, because dog knows they brought back Mass Effect 3. I mean, Mass Effect Andromeda. As if Mass Effect 3 never happened. Because not only did a story of Mass Effect 2 is that the elusive man sends Shepard and this band of misfits into the distance to do the suicide mission, but not only that, he also commissions the whole Andromeda initiative to go and colonize new spaces in case, everybody fails. Stoic truly appreciates the help and feedback of our community. Thank you for experiencing the Banner Saga with us. Well, thank you, Stoic people, for making such an awesome game. Which is finally over. See, I told you guys this was gonna be the ending. Banner Saga 3, we're done. That's it, everybody, we are done. Ah, how lovely. But before... So as it happens, I'm slightly late with the comic book work, with today's page of the comic book, so I'm gonna end the stream earlier and go work on the comic since the game is over. But before we truly do that, I wanna just give a runs up, listing every achievement I got for this game, and also listing the achievements I did not get for this game, so you know what could have been done in case I played better. And Zach asks, so the final boss was Bulwark? Yes, I guess it was. In a way, yes, the final boss was Bulwark, but it also was Eyvind. Because depending on the things you did throughout the game and the options you choose as either in the end, you may have failed to convince Eyvind, and you may have fucked things up very badly. Because I imagine there is an ending where Eyvind, he does sacrifices half the world. The ending where Ivor kills Eyvind and Alfram takes over and does the ritual. There's the ending that we got where I talk with Eyvind, convince him, and then he does the thing he did. There's also probably the ending where Eyvind, where I failed to convince Eyvind, and I suppose that what would have happened is that he would turn to Ivor with anger and kill Ivor and do the thing where he sacrifices half the world for the serpent. And in doing so, in this ending where we get back to Alette, she doesn't see Ivor coming back because he died, I suppose. And with Alette, I suppose there is an ending where, we could have finished this game with Alette or Rook. We could also have finished this game with everybody in Arboring dead if we didn't fail to save anybody, or we could have saved more rings of the city, we could have saved more or less heroes. It's very, very weird, the amount of things we could have done. And Rain Shep, you say that Andromeda starts sometimes before the Mass Effect 3 event, but after Mass Effect 2. So, the achievements I have got for Banner Saga 3 are... Actually, let me, instead of show the game, let me show the display capture that so you guys can see this slightly better. So there you have it. I got the normal difficulty, which is complete the game on normal difficulty. I have the Saga Concludes, which is to import a save game from Banner Saga 2, keep it together, finish the game with Hakon and Canary allied to you. Oh. So I could have got an ending where I didn't do that. Journey's End. See Rook or Alet safely to the end of the saga. So there's also the possibility that they could have been dead. Defeat 3 enemies with Alfrum, you get the Witch. Defeat 3 enemies with Ubin, you get the Scrivener. Defeat 3 enemies with the Bastion, you get the Bastion. Defeat 3 enemies with the Castaway, you get the Castaway. Defeat Ruin on the battlefield, you get the Ruined achievement. Godstone Dangler Redux. Return to the Godstone Dangler. By the way, there are some battles that you can fail and still progress the history. There's only a few handful of battles that you are forced to win. A lot of other battles you can progress through the game, even if you lose them. I don't know which ones those are, but there are some. Godstone Dredge. Visit the Godstone of the Dredge. Pass it on. Pass Juno's weaved energy buff 4 times before it expires. Put Bulwark to rest once and for all and you get it pacified. Convince Eyvind to do the right thing, you get to talk it out. Award a heroic title, you get the AKA. Promote a hero to rank 15, you get the Living Legend. Reach the end of chapter 20 with 300 clansmen. Came a long way, which I guess is the initial count of all the people who left from Skogar. Spoke with King Maynov in chapter 16, is an honored guest. Alfrum joined the caravan, which is the Witch achievement. Minimize casualties during disagreement over Horseborn. Is the Horseborn Rampage. Listen to Aeliel's recitation is the Poetic Justice. Arrive safely at Ridgehorn is the Shortcut achievement. Salvage a treasure trove in the darkness gives me the U achievement. Survive the treks across the frozen seas gives me the Thin Ice. End the game with all possible playable dredge alive is give me the Dredge Lover achievement. Reunite Dredge Baby with its own kind gives me the Peace Offering achievement. The Dredge Baby, by the way, is an event that happens in the first Banner Saga. And win a battle with at least one human, Horseborn, Varl, and Dredge in the fight gets me the Mixed Martial Arts achievement. The achievements I didn't do, however, are: complete the game on hard difficulty level without losing a single battle, gives me the Finish Strong achievement. Complete chapter 21 with only one return to Arborane, which was the chapter where we kept going back and forth between Arborane and Ivory, marching through the inner world. So it was possible for me to have more days in Arborane and have Ivor do the trek faster, so it could have saved more rings of Arborane. Guided, which is complete the game with all possible heroes still alive, which is possibly impossible to do if you're playing this game randomly. This is something I feel like you need a walkthrough, because if it's counting the heroes from like the first Banner Saga, there's Egil, I think. He dies on the first Banner Saga. So I don't know if this is counting me bringing him and making sure that he survives. Besides, in this chapter 21 I lost a shitload of heroes in Arborane. Put an end to the Warped Sunder is the Double Blind. I never saw a Warped Sunder, so maybe there was more to it. Reunite a separated family, it gives me the We Made It achievement. Defeat the final wave of every wave battle in the game, gives me the Looter achievement. Fight 30 battles in a single playthrough, gives me the Warmonger. I did 23. Now we see the violence inherent in the system, gives you the I'm being repressed achievement. Keep Folka from losing her head over Bulwark. We didn't do that achievement because Folka died. Defeat 3 enemies with the Apostate, gives me the Apostate achievement. Fail to learn your lesson the first time, the Rings a Bell achievement. Complete the game with both caravans alive but with fewer than 16 characters, is the Scrape Pie. Use items and heroic titles to have 3 passive abilities on one character, is the Passive Aggressive. Put Godmunder and Petros in battle together 5 times, giving me the bromance achievement. Juno wanders alone for all eternity is the sole survivor achievement. So that's an ending. Talk to at least 15 allies in Arborane and the Darkness, giving me the good listener achievement. Leave no dredge alive is the Dredge Slayer achievement. Accept the proposition is the shipped achievement. I don't know which proposition they're talking about, but that's a thing. Never let the ravens stop for a rest is the restless achievement. Trap 2 enemies in sinkholes is the trapped achievement. Successfully hold out to the bitter end gives me the fighting to live achievement. I don't know what that is. And do you like me? Yes or no is the young love achievement. I guess I get that if Egil makes it to the end of the Banner Saga 3 and then he proposes Cholet. I guess. And then there's the inconsequential achievements, that is survival battles on easy, normal, hard, survive every extra wave in a wave battle, normal or hard, survive without losing any items, survive all battles only using Varl, Horseborn or Dredge heroes, survive hard mode without a single reload, survive with fewer than 20 heroes dying, survive without a single hero dying, survive in less than 2,000 minutes for your total runs, survive in less than 500 turns for your total turns, or survive with Valette and Egil, Rook and Odleaf or Juno and Ivan in every battle. These grayed out achievements, I think it's for the survival mode, which has not yet been implemented into this game. It possibly will be implemented in a future patch if you're super duper into the tactical combat of this game. But anyway, this is it for today, everybody. The Banner Saga is finally over. And I hope you guys enjoyed this gigantic long game series, which is awesome, by the way, and very narrative heavy. I hope you guys enjoyed it nonetheless. And Zach, you ask what now? Doug and Rainshap, you ask any idea what the next game you will stream will be? I don't know, truth to be told. Next week I will probably be streaming something random on Monday and Tuesday, maybe some Dog of War, cause you guys suggested that on the Discord, but not sure if I will play that. There's also some other small, shorter, random games I can play in the meantime, such as Warframe or Monster Hunter or whatever. But starting Wednesday, the new Tomb Raider releases, Shadow of the Tomb Raider, and dog damn if I'm gonna play the shit out of that game. There is this little thing though that Shadow of the Tomb Raider has been released. I mean, it hasn't been released yet, but there is a little pre-order bonus that if you pre-order the deluxe or the craft edition, you get to play the game 2 days earlier. So instead of the game unlocking on Friday, you get to play it on Wednesday. But I don't know if it will be available through the entirety of the Wednesday, or if it unlock like 3 in the afternoon, because if that's so, my stream will be long done by then. And if there won't be any sort of embargoes on streaming the game, since it's theoretically not truly fully released. So I don't know about that. But anyway, that's my plan for next week, to play Tomb Raider, Shadow of the Tomb Raider, and on the other days to play something random or do some more art. Cause I imagine that you guys have been going for quite some time without seeing any new art streams, which kinda sucks in a way. But anyway, if those of you are really into the idea of playing some more Banner Saga in the future for yourselves, trying to make your own story and getting your own endings and see how you make into this gigantic track, then then make sure to check out my humble partner link down below, where you can go to the Humble store and buy these games, possibly discounted because there's a summer sale going on, I think. And you also have the channel if you buy these games from the Humble partner link that I have set up down below. Or you can simply go and buy it on Steam. But if you buy it on the Humble store, you also get a redeemable Steam key code so you can have the game both on Humble Bundle and on Steam, which is lovely. But anyway, this is it for today, everybody. Like I said, I'm gonna end this stream earlier because I have to finish up the comic page of today, which you guys will be seeing later up in the afternoon on Patreon if you are patrons, or if not, you'll be seeing it elsewhere. Today's page on Fur Affinity, so Furry Network, on the Tumblr site where I post the comics. There's links down below for that too. Nonetheless, thank you all so very much for watching. Rain Shappy said that artwork Game Boy hard to choose. Well, make sure to leave suggestions on the Discord if you have any ideas of what you want me to do. And SK Shappy say have a good day. Thank you, SK. I will make sure to try and have a very shepherdful day. I don't know what sort of word that is, but anyway, I'll have a good day nonetheless. I will try my best. And other than that, now that it's time to say goodbye, you guys can go and check out any other of our lovely friends who are streaming all sorts of things. You can go check Meg Ferret, who's doing some creative work. You can go check Big Bad Wolf for Life, who's playing some Dead by Daylight. Bronze Tiger, who's playing some Cataclysm, Dark Days Ahead. Shadowcat 221 is playing the Hunter Call of the Wild. And Safio is playing some more Dark Souls 3. Either way, you can go check any of these out, but we're gonna go and raid Shadowcat right now, before all the other people you guys watch come up and go online. And Zach says that it's the first time seeing the stream end. Well, this is the end of the stream screen where I name my patrons, my awesome patrons, which I have to update for this month of August, the past month, and that's it. It's not a gigantic screen. But anyway, let's go check out Shadowcat, give him a raid, and check out what he's doing today. And other than that, I'll be seeing you guys next week. Have a lovely weekend and do great things with your lives. Be awesome to you and loved ones and unloved ones too. Be awesome to everybody, why not? And I'll be seeing you guys next time. Stay awesome and bye-bye.
Down or 3/4 left?